Student, the objective of today's lecture is to give you idea of IRR. IRR is one of the fundamental methods that we use to evaluate any project, and in many business we use it to understand whether project is feasible or not, whether a firm should make investment in any project or not. So this is internal rate of return. In short terms, we call it IRR. There are many confusions related to this IRR. Generally, students assume that one or some rate should be given to find out. But technically speaking, IRR itself is a rate of return. This is the rate at which NPV is equal to 0. So when we say that we are interested to calculate IRR, it means that we are interested to find out the rate which is applied on the cash flows, and then that cash flow will give you NPV equal to 0. Uh, when you are interested to calculate IRR, there are various methods that might be applied. When we are doing this work manually, we can apply various rate on cash inflows and see that at what rate you will be able to get uh, NPV equal to 0, or even if it is not coming equal to 0, it is possible that it is approaching to 0 and we can take that rate as IRR. But today the objective of this lecture is to give you idea to calculate IRR on Excel, and this is very easy. And once you have visited this video, it is possible for you to practice it, and in case if you find any problem, then you can ask me on group discussion forum, as we have already established. So just starting this work. So when you are interested to calculate IRR, first of all you need to see that what is the investment you made in the project. This investment, right now keeping it simple, it is at year 0, or you can call it as present value. Your investment in a project is 200,000. You can see that I am keeping this amount as negative. Negative sign is showing that this is the investment or cash outflow from the firm, and these are the cash flow inflows that firm is able to generate from the project in the coming 5 years. So this is the entire project in which a business is making investment of uh, 2 lakh, and in the rest of the years firm is able to get these cash flows from the project. Once this data is available, then you can easily calculate IRR. But keep it in mind that if investment and cash inflows data are not available, then you will not be able to calculate IRR. So now showing you work over here. Let's say suppose we are interested, so I'm highlighting it that I'm showing my work here how to calculate IRR. Just take this column. So first you will go to functions. When you will click this functions, generally it is showing that most recently used, and since you didn't use it, so rather than going to this one, you will go to financial. So financial will appear at the third stage. In financial, student, you will find out in alphabetical order that where IRR is given. So in financial, you will find IRR here. So this internal rate of return is given in alphabetical order in your functions. Once you get this IRR, mark it and OK. So once you will do OK, it will show you this block. On this block, you will see that the this function argument is asking you to take values. So rather than we taking values, we simply give it range from our actual investment till the cash inflows last amount. So uh, you don't need to do anything. It is blinking here. So leave it as it is. Come to your data and carefully see the step. You will make a range from first cash outflow to the last cash inflows. And when you will make this range, the Excel will highlight it. The highlighting portion will make you sure that, okay, I'm not making any mistake and my things are clear. Once you are sure that, okay, my work is clear, you can see the resulting answer is appearing here. This is 0.2785. So this is again making sure to you that, okay, you have done a right work and you will be able to get its answer. And once you will do okay, the resulting answer is coming 28%. If you have to make it more precise, then you can increase the um, percentage from here. If you reduce it, then it will again become 28%. And if you are making and taking its fractions, so it will give you the accurate figure of 27.85 percentage. So student, this is IRR of our project, that is 27.85 percentage. This is the rate. If we apply this rate on these cash flows and discount all the values, then NPV will be equal to 0. So if any student is able to calculate NPV by taking this rate, he can make sure that, okay, the resulting answer will be 0. The second thing which is important for you to understand, and this is the concept which will be required for your practice. For example, just assume that WACC is 20%. So the question is, if cost of capital or WACC is 20%, then whether this project is giving you a profitable investment option or not. So remember that if WACC is less than IRR, then project is acceptable. So this is the criteria we use. I'm assuming that WACC is 20% and the IRR is 27.85%. If WACC or cost of capital is less than IRR, then student project will be acceptable for any business. In other words, we can say that if the cost of capital is 20%, then project NPV will be positive. But just assume that WACC is 30%, or in simple words, you can say that firm cost of capital is 30%, and the resulting project is giving you IRR of 27.85%. So if you get the idea of cost of capital, you know that if cost is more than the IRR, then project will not be give you any positive NPV. In this case, student, if WACC is more than IRR, then project reject. So these are the two criteria which plays very important role when you are attempting concept of IRR. So I'm repeating again, IRR is internal rate of return. This is the rate uh, at which NPV is equal to 0. So the point that I'm highlighting over here is very simple. This is the rate which we calculated. If we apply this rate on this entire cash flows, then the resulting NPV will be equal to 0. A student who is familiar with the NPV process, if he apply this rate on these cash flows, he will be able to get NPV equal to 0. The second point which is important for theoretical point of view, that if we assume that you already know WACC and the WACC or cost of capital is already given 20% and IRR is 27.85%. If someone is asking whether the project is feasible or not, then you can simply check your cost of capital, compare it with IRR, and say that since WACC or cost of capital is less than IRR rate, so project will be acceptable. On the other hand, if your cost of capital or WACC is 30%, which is more than IRR, then naturally the project will not be acceptable because it will give you negative NPV. I am closing this topic here. We'll give you some questions on other slides, and then you will solve those questions, check with the cost of capital, compare with the IRR, and in case you find any problem, then you can discuss me there. Thank you very much.